Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it's Pete aka Hlspwn here at Hlspwns World. Just over 1 year ago, for some mad crazy reason, I decided to start my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel was going to be based off me getting a brand new PC. I needed a PC that I could edit on, that I could game on, that I could game and stream on. And PCs of this nature were very expensive from Intel. Then along come AMD and they released the Summit Ridge Ryzen 7. There were 3 processors released at the time and I went for the mid-tier 1700X. As we all discovered just a little bit later on, to be honest, they were all much of the same. So at 1 year old, woohoo, channel's 1 year old, I thought, what can I do for this video? How should we celebrate it? And to be honest, without the PC that I built, the channel wouldn't really be coming to you. Yes, there is the editing software and the camera equipment, but the raw horsepower, the machine that I'm using, enables me to edit these 2K videos in a fairly quickly time, to be fair, and it's given me the horsepower to use the Adobe software that I now use to edit the videos. So with the machine, I've had it running now for 1 year, and I wanted to do a review, 1, of the components that I bought, and 2, I want to actually have a look inside it, because it's been editing, gaming, playing, everything you use a computer for, been running consistently for a year, and it's also been running at an overclock rate on the CPU and the memory for 1 year. And as it's water cooled with an AIO, an all-in-one water cooler on the graphics and the CPU, and my Corsair Obsidion 450D case sucking all the air in, I imagine the radiators have got pretty mucky. So in this video we're going to strip everything apart, give it a clean down. Without further ado, let's move on to getting the machine stripped down.
Do you mind? As a matter of fact, I doubt.
So armed with my Dyson, let's just get these dusted up. Now we've got the removable panels vacuumed off a bit, I'm just going to give the top a quick vacuums where I've got the fans pulling in from the top, and I've also got 2 fans pulling in through the NZXT radiator here, so I'm just going to give them a vacuum at the front. Them fans are quite dusty, and to get them out, to clean them out, I'm going to have to remove the fans out. I don't want to do that in a minute. I think what I'm going to do, we're just going to remove the radiator and fans, and I'm also actually going to take off the radiator housing back for the Radeon R9 Fury X, because that looks really messy as well. So let's just give the top a quick blast. Now we've got a few bits and pieces vacuumed off. I'm just going to go ahead and start removing the screws. So I've just got the 2 screws in the top left, and then everything should just come straight out. Last one, I'll put it into place. Right, let's pop this out. Now look at that. You can see that on the camera. The pipes up a bit. Tilt that up. That is absolutely filthy. And that's why I wanted to have a look at this and take this apart. So that's after a year's running. So obviously the air going through the radiators cooling the liquid down, and with all the dust on that, that is actually restricting airflow. So what we're going to do, we're going to get that a quick clean before we do anything else. So now we've got the actual radiator unit out, what I need to do is remove the main unit. So do that. We'll take this out as well. There we go. Oh my life. Let's pull the processor out with it. Anyone else done this before and had this problem? Jesus, I pulled that straight out of there. Thermal grizzly is really sticky. It's not. Watch how we do this. We don't damage any of the pins. Well, this doesn't normally happen on YouTube, does it? Look at that. The processor's actually stuck to the heatsink. Right, I'm going to cut here and we'll be back shortly. Now, I do have to say, I'm somewhat surprised about this, because this stuff's like bloody glue. And that's it, we're getting some movement on it. So without a doubt, that was stuck to the processor. So I'm definitely going to put far less of an application on this time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get all this cleaned up. I've got my Arctic Clean thermal paste remover. And I did arm myself with some kitchen towel earlier. Now, even though I've cleaned that, I can see that's still not quite as I want it. So we're going to put a bit more on. Right, now we got them cleaned back up, like new. How bad the Kraken X62 was, I've also took out the R9 Fury X. Reason being, I was using this as an exhaust for the machine also, so the air that was pulling through was pushing out the back of the case, and as you can see here, it is quite dusty. So what I'm going to do, we're going to give this a clean up as well. What I might do is just grab the vacuum, clean the top of the pipes there, give that a bit of a wipe. I've never before, but I think I'm going to take the fan off the front there, just so we can clean the front of the rad, because that does look quite mucky. So we're just going to grab the vacuum. We'll just get the 4 screws off the front so we can get to the actual radiator and the cord. Shouldn't see there being any issues in doing this. They're just normal, quite long screws. So you should never really be afraid of working on your own stuff. Obviously common sense prevails, not to do anything too stupid with it. It's still under warranty, but certainly for cleaning and maintenance, there's not going to be any issue taking it apart. Now, actually, I don't know if you look at that in there, that really does need a clean. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. And the fan went back on that way. The fan's not that bad, but the rad is, so we're just going to get the vacuum, give that a good vacuum out. So it was definitely worth taking that apart. If I show you that and that now. So what we're going to do, stick this back on. You can now get it back in the right way. And the worst bit is putting stuff back together when you've taken it apart, especially when you start moving which way it was. Right, so that would have went back on there like so. Let's go tighten up. So always do your opposite corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. You only got to pinch these up. You really no need to go crazy and tighten them down like mad. As soon as it's pinched up, job's good. We've give the tops a clean, the sides are clean, the radiator, the X62 are clean. What I'm quickly going to do, go and get the rest of the fans, give them a blast, and then we'll stick all this back together. This time when I do the thermal paste for the 1700X, I'm just going to do a P in the middle, far less. Right, back in a sec. Got the PC back on the desk now. Everything is looking a whole lot cleaner inside. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get the R9 Fury X refitted. Fury X, power hungry little beast, takes 2 PCIe connectors, number 1 and number 2. That's fully pushed in. We'll sort the cables back out in a bit. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the CPU back in. When you put a radiator back on, it's easy to line up from the bottom and go to the next set, and then the next set, and the next set at the top. Seems to fit on a lot easier. Right, with that cleaned up, we'll start putting the other bits back on. So this is the part for the top. Covering the top fans. We then got the front panel. Onto all like so, and we got the underneath. I'll pop the underneath on just while we do the Kraken, but we'll readjust the camera for that. So we got everything back into the case. I'm just going to apply a small pea-sized amount of the Grizzly. That should be about enough.
voice get so loud to strangers in the crowd. Walls are tumbling down.